Hey guys, Dean here. Now I've got Brad with me this morning, and we're doing a tent install on the top of this with our Black Series tent. But Brad, what an awesome looking rig, mate. 78 Series Sandy Torp Troopy.
Yeah, I've gone the TJM bullbar, which is just the bigger bar. It's a 60mm.
Yep.
Just looks a bit tougher, I think, anyways, and it's just
Looks awesome, man.
suits the 70s series. Also went with the TJM snorkel, and they also threw in some Clearview mirrors for towing as well, which are super handy.
Hey.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's sitting a bit higher than standard. So what have you got running underneath?
So we've got Dobinson all round, so
yeah.
Keep it Australian. So it's a 2.5-inch lift with a remote res. But I've also got in the rear is parabolic springs, which is a 3-leaf pack.
Yep.
Basically, I think everyone's talked about the parabolics a bit, and there's a bit of up in the air, but I'm super happy with it.
Yeah.
It's
Comfortable
really
as well.
Comfortable, flexes heaps. I've got a lot more clearance underneath.
Okay.
Actually, at the moment, my diff is the lowest part underneath my truck, which is amazing for a leaf spring Troopy. So I've also got a Jmacx high clearance leaf pack.
There we go.
Which basically sits right up underneath, therefore just tidies and tightens everything right up.
Yeah, because the cruisers are always underslung, so you always have those U-bolts coming down, and that's your lowest part.
Yeah,
in the way.
your leaves are underneath, so you know
it's
actually when you're going through ruts and stuff, you're going to be that's what you're going to be dragging.
That's a great modification.
Yeah,
that's an awesome mod.
If you can't afford a coil conversion,
yeah, you go with
the next
that.
way.
That's fantastic. And 33-inch tires.
33s, yep.
That's your perfect touring tire. No, a really cool thing that I did notice inside and with these cruisers is you never have enough cup holders.
No.
So you've got a stainless steel cup holder in there.
Yeah, 4x4 Dingo, Brad Dickman, he just custom makes these stainless little cup holders, and I just had to get one. You know, you've always got coffee cups and bloody beer cup,
beers and everything
in there, and there's about 5 cup holders in there. So one for everyone.
Mate, that's awesome.
Yeah.
We're running the Rhino-Rack Pioneer rack.
Yep.
Now, what is your thinking with going with the full length rack basically, and getting the tent set up on top of this?
Yeah, so that's the 2.7.
Okay.
Basically, with you guys putting the tent on, I'm allowed just to have about 500, in
the front there.
In the front, for firewood or camp chairs or gas bottles or anything more. Jerry cans if you need a bit more water or fuel or whatever you need at the top, which is good. More room's better.
Yeah. So we're spacing the tent further back. We're going to be fitting the solar panel on there as well.
Yep. So we got the 150 watt solar panel on top as well.
Perfect.
Also with some nice T-racks that I can throw some surfboards and stuff to sit beside the solar panel, which is good. Heaps of room up there.
And in the back, it's a cave. I mean, a Troopy's like a massive cavernous area. So you've got some drawers in there. You've done some great custom work on the back there. And then to finish it off at the back, we've got the great looking spare wheel carrier.
Yeah, so that's the Thorburns and Son down south.
So I'm going to get cracking in. Thanks for taking me through the vehicle.
Yep.
And I'm going to get the tent on there, and let's get started.
Cheers, mate. Awesome.
Alrighty, so step one of the install of the Black Series tent onto the top of this Rhino-Rack Pioneer rack. This is the flat rack, but as always, guys, measure twice or 3 times and fit once. It's a lot easier. So what we're going to be doing, because we're resting the tent directly on these slats, I like using a bit of rubber insertion. It's an 8mm piece of rubber. That's going to lie the lengthways underneath the slats and basically rest on these just to protect the paintwork as well, and just to give that tent a little bit more clearance off the sides. Now I've fabbed a couple of these up. So basically it's a 6mm aluminium flat bar, and that's going to be coming in underneath this so that we can, like a U-bolt in a way, so we can drop the bolts down from the bottom of the tent rails and pinch it against these. More than strong enough. We're going to be putting 4 of them in, holding the tent nicely. It also allows us to position the tent exactly where we want to. The fact that we can slide this forwards or backwards, or the tent forwards or backwards in needing to do it. All right, so I've suspended the tent up in the air like it's just with a fork truck, but basically measured the length of the slat where we need the rubber insertion to go. It's 1.260 meters on that side, and we've basically slid the bolts into where I need them to be to fit on either side of the slat. Taking careful measurements, we should be right about there. Then looking at it, one length of rubber insertion, basically just take up your knife, trim them to the size that you need. I've already pre-drilled the holes, as you can see there, pre-drilled the holes where the bolts are going to be coming through. So that's all done. Just give those a bit of a wipe down. All right, so next step, is this stuff. Now I found this spray-on contact adhesive. The great part about the spray-on one, somehow it bonds or dries really quickly. So unlike the old paintable type, this one works like a treat. So I'm going to spray these four, spray the rails, and then literally I can start sticking them on. So just with a piece of carpet, and it's literally this easy. Kind of aim and go. I'm trying to get some on my legs. There we go. And underneath the tent, the same thing. I'm just stopping short of the bolts as well, so I don't get sticky stuff, glue all over. Stuff is awesome. It goes off pretty quickly, so you'll see what I mean. So I'll take one without the bolts first, line it up to the edge, and I literally just work my way across. So the tent's weight in any case is going to be pushing this down and pinching it against the roof rack. So I'm not too phased about it, but a little bit of a hold for a few seconds. Look at that, that's awesome. And then I'll just repeat the process. And then hopefully, if I've measured correctly, which I really hope I have, but I should have, I've done it a few times, is it'll be a pretty easy fit straight onto the top there and just bolting it down. So as you can see, the bolts are coming through the rubber insertion sections, like that. There we go. Come on, girl. Yeah. It's us there. Give it a bit of a press. I'll just come back and make sure that it sits every few minutes or so, and just come back and actually double check it and re-stick the corners down accordingly. So I'm going to continue with the others, and then pop the tent up on top of the vehicle, put the plates underneath, so effectively you're going to get that happening through the slot like such, and pinching it down to the roof rack effectively. So we've got the tent on and in place, fits perfectly, which is awesome. And literally you just take the plate underneath like that, nice big body washer, an 8mm nut, and I'm using nylock nuts as well. And just do the other side quickly, do that one up. Pretty simple process. Once you've got it all lined up, you just repeat it and bolt them all down into place, and it should be pretty easy. Now the nice thing is with the Troopies is we can get our hands underneath here, so it does make things very, very easy. There we go. So we'll be bolting that up next, and it should be done. Alrighty guys, so just finished up the build. Brad gonna basically walk you through it, man.
Awesome, yeah.
But it went on all right. You happy with the look of it so far?
Looks awesome, yeah. Really stoked. Yeah, all done in a day, so easy.
Why not, eh? So anyway, I'll go through the rooftop tent, but the simplest way, effectively, is just open up your spare wheel carriers there. These are so good that they're on the gas struts and just basically open up by themselves, eh?
Yeah, a lot of weight on the 33, so it's easy to open with the struts.
So your telescopic ladder, you basically click it into position, and we're going to go for that holder up there. So place it in there, lock it into place, and then extend the bottom down. And on your car, all the way. It's nice and tall, so we might as well go almost the whole 2.6 meters, man. Now that's awesome. Pop these up. And then the bungee rope on the top here, when it's in this position, you can kind of just balance it and hook that over the top end. And then the rest of it will go up for you, which is dead simple. Spring steel rods. Get nice and high up on the ladder. In on the bottom first. There we go, all the way. Bend it back into the eyelet. And we'll just do the other one, and that's pretty much as simple as setting up your house, which is nice and quick. There we go.
Awesome.
All done. That's pretty quick, eh?
Yeah, I think it was about a minute at
Yeah,
least.
for sure. And then I'll show you on the front end, but what we've done is we've got the two, so Brad decided to go with some roof load bars to fit his solar panel. That way you can get your boards or I suppose some other things next to it. While I was busy doing the install, obviously nosy me always popped my head under the bonnet and wanted to see what you're running under there, man. It looks awesome. Come on guys, you've got to check this out. Probably the best mods you can do on any of these cruisers is lifting gas struts on the bonnet. So BT cruiser struts, eh Brad?
Yep.
So not just that, but what else do we have interesting underneath here? So there's the catch can.
Yep, always got to have a catch can.
Got to have a catch can. Yeah.
You realise once you buy it what actually how much residue and oil comes through. So yeah, always have a catch can.
So especially on the modern engines, catch can works really great. That's the Flashlube one. And then I see you've got a set of Diff breathers.
Yep. Yep,
Awesome.
I think it's always just to kind of have a little bit more height with your breathers, you know, if you get stuck in mud or something and you can't get to your winch in time, you know, and you're sitting there for a little bit or, you know, it's just a bit of a plan B.
So when those diffs are really hot and they suck up that cold water, that's usually when it creates a vacuum.
Yep.
So that's going to sort that problem out. And then while Brad was here, you saw some of the lovely other products we have on display and some of our new items, and let's go have a look inside the vehicle. So guys, this is our Land Cruiser, the new Land Cruiser dash mats. It's the deluxe mats for the 79 series. Pockets are removable, so you can just take them off. And yeah, Brad, you also went for the sun visor basically organizers.
Yeah, this is a good one for the girls in the passenger seat. You've got the mirror in there, you know, but you can also, you got space, but you know, in the cruisers, you know, you're kind of limited when you're going on a trip. So
down the side over there are basically the side seat organizers as well. Fits in under the seat, tucks in nice and easily. Awesome. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, Brad. Thanks so much for supporting us.
Thanks guys, yeah, no, it was great.
Yeah, joining the Bush Company family, man.
Can't wait to, hit the road.
Yeah, guys, thanks for watching. For more information, go to our website at thebushcompany.net. Catch you later, and don't forget to go bush.